and welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. So today, I'm going to be doing a full face of JOAH Beauty. JOAH Beauty is a drugstore brand that I've always been curious about. I've walked by them at CVS, peeked their little end cap, and I've never really bought anything from the brand. So I just went all in and I bought a full face. Some of the stuff I bought at CVS, some of the stuff I bought on their website. And so I'm gonna try all the products on camera with you guys today. Let's see if they're like worth it, you know? I'm gonna link all of the products I use today in the description box down below. And if you enjoy this video while you're watching it, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you leave. Okay, I have an entire face worth of products here. I'm super excited. Now, JOAH Beauty, I didn't know this, but they are owned by CVS and Kiss. And they are inspired by Korean beauty, and JOAH is Korean for I like it. So, let's do it. I've already primed my eyes with the Rare Beauty Eye Primer. And so I bought one of their eyeshadow palettes. This one I bought in store. It's just a little 6-panner. They have quite a few of these 6-panners on their website, and I picked, shocking, the most neutral one. This is called the Escapade Eyeshadow Palette in the colorway Amazonian, and it retails for $11.99. Have you tried JOAH Beauty before? I would love to know if you have, and what you tried, what your experience was. I would love to know. Let me know down in the comments. So this little 6-panner has 2 true mattes, 1 like satin shade, and 3 metallics. They look nice. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. I haven't swatched it out yet. So I'm gonna go in with this shade up here in the corner. That's gonna look like a nice transition shade. I did a really good job picking out these products, by the way. I really like color coordinate everything. Like the blush matches this perfectly. The lip products match perfectly. So I'm excited about that. Usually I'm not good at planning stuff like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with a slightly denser brush, picking up that same shade and just trying to create a gradient while you're still using that one shade and put it a little deeper in the crease. Okay, fine. That worked out beautifully. No issues at all whatsoever. We're gonna go into this shade that's a little deeper, a little more red toned. I'm gonna take the back of this Anastasia brush and just pack it on my outer corner first, just to get the most pigment out of it. Then I'm gonna just flip it around and blend out the edges. Just to give these shimmers a little extra oomph, I'm gonna put down the NYX Glitter Primer on my lid. I'm gonna go in with this gold shimmer right up here. Feels a little dry, it's not bad. Not a lot is picking up on my finger, which is a little surprising. I'm gonna take a flat brush and I'm gonna go into this shade, and I'm gonna put this more on the inner part of my lid. Not the inner corner, but just layering that slightly over that bronze shade. I'm gonna spray it. These shimmers actually pick up better with a brush. I don't say very often. All right, I just went off camera and lined my upper lash line with the One Size Point Made Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in Busty Brown. Just one little line on my upper lash line. So the eyeshadows were fine. They were fine. I have no issue. The mattes were great. The shimmers aren't like the most spectacular shimmers, but for a drugstore eyeshadow, they're fine. They're just like standard metallics. They actually did pick up on a brush better than my finger. And yeah, I think that if you were in the drugstore and you saw this palette and you were in a pinch and you needed eyeshadows or something, I think it's a good option. It's not like my favorite shadows in the world, but fine. So you know I love a good lash primer. So I did buy the JOAH Lash Up Rising Boosting Primer. It says, for longer and fuller lashes, extends the wear of mascara and conditions for healthier lashes. Sounds good to me. Apply before mascara, place brush at the base of lashes and gently sweep up to tip. Allow primer to dry before applying their mascara, which I didn't buy, but I tried the Pacifica one recently, as you may or may not know if you watched my last testing new makeup video. I will link that one down below. I was not impressed. Ooh, the packaging on this is kind of cool. It's got like a swirly top that's plastic. Okay, okay. What does the brush look like? It looks like a hourglass shaped brush, which is something that I really like personally. So let's go to town. Let's try it. All right. I'm gonna give this a few minutes to dry.
Meanwhile.
And I meant to tell you that when I ordered the products that I ordered online, it came with some really cute like sticker sheets and also a like single sticker. It came with some free samples, and a lot of the things that I bought, it was like they gave a lot of free products. Like every time I added a product to my cart, they added a free product. I don't know if it was just like a promotion that was going on. I have to admit, I ordered these quite a while ago. So I don't know if that's still going on, but it was a good experience overall. Okay, so now I'm gonna put on the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara. This is just the mascara I have open at the moment. It's a very, very, very volumizing mascara, but I know typically what it performs like, so this is kind of a good tester for the primer. Okay, so that, I can already tell that primer definitely did a lot more than the Pacifica one. Like I can tell that there's a little more like zhuzh to my lashes. They appear thicker than they are. It's not really helping the curl stay, which I find with some primers that I really like, it helps the curl stay. So that's not really happening, but I have to play around with it a little more. But it does seem promising. This mascara is just also very, very almost clumpy, especially when it's come to the end of its lifespan. It gets really clumpy, which I think it's time to retire this guy. Yeah, this is terrible. I think it's the mascara. I wasn't gonna put lashes on, but I think I may because this mascara looks terrible. But I think it's the mascara. I'm gonna continue to test all of these products, by the way, and I'll put them in a speed reviews video, but my lashes look really clumpy. And I got mascara all over my top lash line. This is a disaster.
2 hours later.
Something else I meant to do at the beginning of the video, and I totally forgot, is I wanted to put on the lip oil and let that sit while I did my makeup. So this is the Bellini Top It Off Plumping Lip Oil. Looks really pretty, and I love the packaging. It's like soft peachy color, and it looks really pretty on the inside. Like a peachy tint with some gold fleck in there. Yes. By the way, I went off camera and put on some Ardell Wispies because the lashes weren't doing too well. They were not looking too good. So let's open her up. So there's no applicator. It's just a plastic wand. Oh, it's a slightly like flexible tip. Weird. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Has a very strong scent. What is the scent? Something very familiar. Like some kind of medication, but also mixed with perfume. Almost like a Vicks Vapor Rub mixed with some sort of perfume. Definitely can feel the plumping already. Is it a burning or is it a cooling? I'd say it's a little bit of a burning. Nothing major yet. Feels very nice on the lips. It looks nice. Like a lot of product comes out on the applicator, but it is still pretty thin. Like it's not a thick coating lip oil like the Fenty Skin one. It's a little more on the thin side, but I definitely feel like I've got a lot of it on my lips, if that makes sense. I can't say that I'm crazy about the scent, or the taste rather, because I can taste it. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Okay, so next up, I bought their Perfect Complexion BB cream. This claims to have medium coverage, silky smooth formula for healthy, beautiful looking skin. All right, I got the shade Nude. Now this may be a little deep for me right now, but I don't mind. I would rather my foundation be a little dark so that I look healthy and sun-kissed even when I'm not. Man, this lip oil tastes interesting. Multitasking natural finish beauty balm covers, blurs, hydrates, and protects. Loaded with skin brightening niacinamide, this lightweight formula offers medium buildable coverage to blur imperfections and even skin tone. There's only 7 shades. Right. And I got the shade Nude, right? I said that, which is described as medium golden undertone. Not at all what I am, but hey, here we are. So there's a little label. I'm going to take that off. And I'm going to use a brush today to apply this, just because I'm too lazy to wet my sponge. And I have been enjoying applying foundations with a brush recently. So I'm just going to get in there. Now, I will say it's a little bit on the thicker side for a BB cream, but okay. Okay, this shade is fine for me. It's really not too deep at all. And putting it on right away, I would definitely say it's medium coverage because it is starting to somewhat cover my pizza face of acne. If you are new here, I have usually pretty oily skin, but in the past, I would say month or two, my skin has gotten a little more on the normal side just because of the weather cooling down a little bit, and also because I am on a skincare regimen to get rid of my acne that is slightly drying my skin out. I wouldn't call my skin dry, but I would definitely not say that it's oily right now. I would say more normal. I did prime with a moisturizer. I didn't actually use a primer, just not typically what I do, although I feel like I definitely could have used a little more hydration under this because it is applying and I can totally feel that my skin may need a little more moisture to it. I'm trying to apply just a pretty thin layer. I don't want to cake it on too much. And I'm using the BK 101 brush, by the way. Okay, so that is one layer of the foundation. I think it's a good shade match. It's slightly too deep for me, but nothing major. This is fine for me. I can bronze my neck. And I think it's kind of deceiving to call this medium because I would not consider myself a medium skin tone. Maybe in the summertime, but certainly not right now. So the shades run a little bit light. So go deeper than you think you need to, I would say. And I think upon application, it looks like a natural finish. Like there is a little bit of glow to my skin, but it's definitely not super hydrating, super moisturizing. It is clinging a little bit to dry spots that I have around my mouth. But again, maybe I should have primed with something a little bit more hydrating. The moisturizer that I used today was not super hydrating. It's a little bit more for oily skin, so it like sinks into the skin a little more. I'm waiting on a new moisturizer to come in the mail, so I didn't have one today. So that's like super hydrating. But it looks fine. It doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good. It's very, very lightweight on the skin. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing makeup, and it doesn't look cakey. Like it looks like my skin is just slightly blurred, just like it said. I can definitely still see my acne. I can still see a little bit of redness. So I would say like high, light, low, medium coverage is what I would call this. I don't want to build it up too much because I don't want it to look cakey. So I'm going to leave it at this, but I'm going to continue to use this, of course, and let's see how it goes as we go on with the rest of the products. This is the one I'm the most nervous about because if you've been here before, you know I'm the pickiest person when it comes to concealers, but I picked up one of their concealers. So this is the Perfect Complexion Eye Serum Concealer with ceramides and peptides. I got mine in the shade Fair Light with Cool Undertones, FC045. So that's this, and it's one of these ones with a sponge tip applicator on the top, and you just crank it. And the concealer retails for $11.99, and it comes in 10 shades. So a little bit better than the BB cream, but the actual shade range doesn't look very good on this, I'll be honest with you. So what is the claim on this? It's time to give tired skin a wake-up call. This complexion enhancing eye serum concealer is like a shot of espresso for dull under eyes, eliminating the look of dark circles, puffiness, and fine lines. Enhanced with ceramides and peptides, the serum infusion hydrates while the concealer with a cushioned tip delivers buildable coverage. Apply anywhere you want to brighten or conceal, like under the eyes, blemishes, or cheekbones. Okay, so it's hydrating. Automatically, I'm scared.
I'm scared.
I kind of meant to apply color correct under only one eye because I wanted to see the difference, but I accidentally just on autopilot put it under both eyes. So I have the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector under both my eyes. And honestly, I always wear a color corrector. No matter what, I always wear a color corrector. So this is how I would wear it anyway. So let me crank it.
Much later.
Here we go, finally. I'm just gonna dot that. Oh, that's pretty light. Think I could have gone up a shade for sure. So let's start with that. And I've been using the BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy A506 brush. I've been loving this for concealer. put a little bit more, and I'm gonna use my finger just to blend this part out. I think the concealer brush I had a little residual concealer from before on it, so it was looking a little cakey. But when I use my finger, yeah, that's much better. Okay, that's actually looks pretty nice. It's very thin. I would say a medium coverage. It looks very skin-like. It doesn't feel overly hydrating, like it's slipping and sliding. Like I can feel like it's securely there. Okay, let me do the other eye, and I'm gonna use my finger just from the start on this eye. I think that brush is just a little too dirty. Not bad. I would call it satin. Like I wouldn't call it super hydrating, but I wouldn't also call it matte. I of course have to test it out more, but upon application, usually I'm like, no, right away, nope, nope. I'm not saying no to this. I'm gonna go ahead and set this concealer and then let's move on. Okay, so I went off camera and I set my under eyes and my T-zone with the Fit Me powder from Maybelline, which is usually what I use lately. And actually, I think the complexion looks really nice. I think it looks really nice. I usually do prefer something a little more high coverage than this, but actually it's giving me a good medium coverage. I feel like I'd feel comfortable going out in public like this because I'm usually pretty self-conscious of my under eye circles, but I think it looks pretty good. I think the color match is pretty good. When I first applied it, I thought it was maybe gonna be too light, but I think because it does spread out pretty nicely, it ended up working out, and the actual foundation or BB cream looks really nice. It's definitely dried down a little more to like more, I would say more of a matte finish. But again, that might be just because I didn't prep my skin super well, but okay. Let's keep going. Okay, so they're calling this a universal bronze and glow duo. Like, what does that even mean? So this is the Glow On Girl Bronze and Glow Duo. It has a bronzer and a highlighter. Now, just looking at this, I think the bronzer is gonna work out pretty well for me, but I feel like the highlighter is gonna be a little too deep for my skin tone. I'm not really sure why they only have one shade of this. I think that's kind of silly. But it's giving me the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow Duo vibe, like the same packaging, like that packaging and like the mirror. Obviously not nearly as luxurious, but same feeling. So I'm gonna take my Alamar Cosmetics angled brush here. I'm gonna go into the bronzer. It might be a little on the warm side, but we're gonna find out. It's actually really beautiful. This right now, as I'm filming this video, this is on sale for $4.79, but it's originally $7.99, so very affordable. The only problem is there's gonna be very few people that both of these products can work for. I would say if you're a little deeper than me, you could probably make this bronzer work because I'm being very light-handed with it, and I could tell that you can build it up. Very nice. Really, really beautiful. I have no complaints. Let me just swatch the highlighter, yeah. It looks a little deep for me. Yeah, it looks a little deep for me. I'll try it anyway, just for funsies. It's pretty. It does leave a little bit of a cast on my face. The highlighter, I would say, is pretty subtle. Like there's not much coming out on my brush here, and I'm really digging in. I will say it's pretty subtle, but it's pretty. It's not bad. It's a hair too deep for my liking, but pretty good. The bronzer is really nice. All right, and then we're gonna go in with this blush. So this is the Air Light Soft Powder Blush. This color looks absolutely beautiful. I don't feel like I have any blush in my collection in this color, which is hard to do. Which is hard to do with my collection. This is in the shade Naked Rose. Yes, I'm excited. It's a completely matte powder blush, and I love the acrylic packaging. I told you that this brand is Korean beauty inspired. I do believe all of their products are made in Korea. Like their lab is in Korea. Oh my goodness, this blush. I love it. Very pigmented. I'm using the wrong brush. I used my bronzer brush, okay. Yeah, I like this side better because that brush had bronzer on it. This side looks a little less pigmented. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. We're not gonna be really even here, but that's okay. Oh, that blush is absolutely beautiful. It's like a warm rosy color. It is pigmented, which is nice because I feel like it could show up on a few different skin tones. Ooh, ooh. By the way, when I went off camera a while ago, I had to take off the lip oil. The taste was getting into my throat and it was starting to make my throat hurt. Like I was ingesting perfume. So I just said, I'm taking it off. I bought a plethora of lip products, obviously, but before we get to that, I did buy their brow pencil. So this is the Brow Down to Me Precision Brow Pencil, and it is in the shade Brunette. The packaging on this is super cute, very retro looking, and it's just got a tiny little micro tip and then a spoolie. Now, like I said, I bought these products a long time ago. I don't even want to tell you guys how long ago I bought them. Like I had this box in my room and it was buried under a bunch of stuff and I completely forgot about it. So I will say, like, the actual brow pencil, I think it's dried out and I think it's my fault. I don't think it's the brow pencil's fault. I just think I've had this for so long. But anyway, we're gonna try it. I drew on my face. Okay, so the brow pencil, I will say it's definitely very creamy, and that's with it being in my room for a really long time. It's a little creamier than I like because I find it sometimes it's hard to control. Like arch gets real out of control real fast like it did today on this eye, and then it's hard to like fix. It's a little creamier than I like, but if you like a creamy brow pencil, I think this is really nice. The tip on it is super precise. The color is really nice. It's not too warm. It's not too gray. It's just a neutral brown if that's what you're looking for. The spoolie is a spoolie. I mean, not much to say other than that. All right, I have a few lip products to try out now. So I have one of their lip liners. This is the Auto Lip Liner. I have mine in the shade Nude, and this looks like a beautiful warm nude color. It is a retractable pencil, so let's line her up. It's definitely a little bit on the lighter side for a lip liner for me, but still very pretty, very creamy, very easy to apply. We're gonna start off with this product, which is the TMI Velvet Lip Color, and this is in the shade You Up. This looks like a really pretty warm nude color, and it looks like a velvet liquid lipstick. Has a little bit of a minty smell to it. Let's swatch it next to, yeah, that looks like it's gonna match really, really well. Let's give it a shot. Really pretty. Gives more of like a blurred effect to the lips. A lot of brands have these nowadays, and this literally matched the lip liner exactly perfectly. Exactly perfectly? This matched the lip liner perfectly. I like these types of lipsticks sometimes, and I don't like them other times. It really depends on how it wears. If I need to reapply it, does it end up getting really bunchy and crunchy if I try to reapply over the existing color? So I'm gonna continue to test this out and let you know. But it feels very comfortable on the lips. I have a feeling it's not gonna dry down all the way. These typical, like the Rare Beauty ones, or the NYX Smooth Whip one, which I tried, feels like this initially, but the NYX one I didn't like because it did not layer well at all. I love the color and I love the effect. And then last but not least, I have their Air Light lipstick. This is in the shade Fireworks, and this is actually a brighter, like reddish orange. Very excited. I like the packaging. I mean, it feels a little cheap, but I do like the clear acrylic plastic packaging. I just like it, so. Okay, let's give it a shot. It definitely feels matte right off the bat. Oh, this color is so pretty. Ooh, this is a very, very unique formula. I don't think I've ever tried a bullet lipstick. Like, as soon as it's applied, it's a powdery finish right away. Like, there's no creaminess to it necessarily, so it doesn't glide super easy, but right away, it's powdery. It literally feels like I'm wearing nothing on my lips. It's probably why they call it Air Light. And it does also give that more blurred effect to the lips. And I'm not afraid to wear such a bright color with this formula because I don't feel like this is going anywhere. That is stunning. The color is so pretty. Again, this is the color Fireworks. Okay, so I went off camera and I just finished up my lower lash line with the eyeshadow palette. All I did was I took this darker metallic shade, I smudged it on my lower lash line. I blended it out with this matte shade, this like rusty peach shade, and then I put this satin cream shade in my inner corner. The cream shade isn't that pigmented. I definitely would have preferred something a little bit brighter for the inner corner, but it's fine. And then I put the Patrick Ta Precision Gel Liner in Cream in my waterline. So let me give you like my thoughts just right off the bat, what I think are like the top products and the bottom products. Honestly, I think the only thing I really disliked was the lip oil. It's just way too heavily scented for me, and with the scent comes a taste, and with the taste comes a sore throat. Like I could physically feel it in the back of my throat. So I don't really see myself using this. I don't really recommend it, especially if you are sensitive to fragrances. You would definitely not like this. And honestly, that's the only thing I can really say right now that I really disliked. So now I would say my top products, this blush. Not only is the color just beautiful, it blended super easily. I love how it looks. It's a true matte blush, which is my preference. I like the packaging. It's a great blush so far. And then surprisingly, the other two things that I really love are the Complexion products, the BB cream and the concealer, which I am so picky with concealer, but I actually really like how this looks under my eyes. It is starting to crease a little bit, but I mean, it's gonna happen. And usually a lot of like hydrating concealers crease on me instantly. And this one is held up pretty good. It looks really nice. It doesn't look dry under my eyes. It gives me a good light to medium coverage, but really nice. And the BB cream looks really beautiful on my skin, so no complaints. Everything else that I tried, I think was pretty good. Like the bronzer is really nice. The eyeshadows are good. The lip products are good. This primer I'm gonna have to use. I can't really say right now. And the brow product was fine. It's a little creamy, but it's fine. I'll use it up. I won't repurchase it, but I'll use it up. So yeah, what do you think about the products I used? Have you used any of these before? Have you been curious about Joah Beauty like I have? I would love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. And are there any other brands that you want me to do a full face of? I definitely want to do Kimchi Chic. That is one brand on my radar. I know I haven't heard great things about the brand, but there's so many things on their website. I want to be able to pick and choose. And so I want to try some stuff from that brand, but are there any other brands that you would like me to try? Let me know. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you leave. I do upload videos weekly, both beauty and fashion videos, and I would love to see you back on my channel again. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.